are football stars who never reached their full potential. And we're not talking about career mode when we say Mario Balotelli did not reach his potential. Mario Balotelli is undoubtedly talented, but his unpredictable and enigmatic off-field behaviour has often overshadowed his potential on the pitch. Playing for major clubs like Milan, Manchester City, Liverpool and Marseille, as well as the Italian national team, Balotelli's talent shines through. However, his off-field antics, including firing air pistols in Milan's city centre and driving into a women's prison, have caused significant distractions. Despite impressive spells with Milan and Nice, his stints often ended on a sour note. His move to Brescia in 2019 offered some hope, but his career has been marred by inconsistency and controversy. Mesut Ozil's career has stagnated somewhat in recent years, and it's somewhat disappointing for a player once dubbed the German Messi or the German Zidane. He became a regular for Germany's starting 11 at just 21, and his performance in the 2010 World Cup elevated him to stardom, leading to a move to Real Madrid for €15 million. His time at Real coincided with the departures of other stars, which led to his move to Arsenal in 2013. His best season came in 2015-16, where he recorded 19 assists, helping Arsenal to a second-place finish behind Leicester City. However, Arsene Wenger's departure in 2018 marked a turning point, and Ozil spent a year on the sidelines despite signing a massive contract to remain at Arsenal. Jack Wilshere. When we think of underachievers, Jack Wilshere is often among the first to come to mind. Coming through Arsenal's youth ranks, he made his debut for the Gunners at just 16 years and 256 days in 2008. By the time he was 20, he'd won the PFA Young Player of the Year and earned a spot in the 2010-11 PFA Team of the Year. However, injuries began to plague his career. He missed the entire 2011-12 season due to an ankle injury, and while Arsene Wenger favoured him, he couldn't reclaim a permanent spot in the team. Tipped to be a future England captain, he featured only 3 times in the 2015-16 season due to a broken leg. In 2018, his contract with Arsenal expired, and he moved to West Ham United. Despite reputedly earning £100,000 per week, Wilshere has appeared only 16 times for the club. But still, don't let that deter from the fact that this guy was as lethal as they come. We have a keeper on our list. Kirkland had to contend with a series of injuries, from ankle to back to finger problems. During his 5 years at Liverpool, he made only 45 appearances in all competitions. It wasn't until he moved to Wigan Athletic that Kirkland regained regular first-team status. But after 6 seasons, he found himself out of the Premier League. He still kept on playing in hopes of revitalising his glory days through Leicester, Sheffield Wednesday and Preston, before he retired in 2016. For someone once dubbed the future of English goalkeeping, one cap for the national team doesn't truly reflect his potential. Micah Richards, aka Big Meeks. Micah Richards had all the promise of a budding career. Rising from academies in Leeds and Oldham, he finally found his home in Manchester, where he signed for Premier League giants Manchester City FC. Fast-tracked into the first team at just 17 in 2005, Richards made his debut in October. The following season, he became a regular at Manchester City and even earned a place in the national team. However, his constant injuries and managerial changes at City began to erode his game time. Eventually, Dude found himself only making just less than 20 appearances in 2 years. Sheesh. He also joined Serie A club Fiorentina, but that didn't go too well either, which saw Big Meeks make a return to his hometown club, Aston Villa. Despite staying on Villa's books until the summer of 2019, he never played another game for the club, before retiring and becoming one of our favourite Sky Sports and CBS pundits. Edwards. Duncan Edwards, a Manchester United prodigy, was tragically one of the 8 players who lost their lives in the Munich air disaster of 1958. Yet, his potential was undeniable. Typically playing as CDM, he displayed remarkable versatility across the pitch. By the time he died at just 21, Edwards had already amassed 177 appearances for United. In 1953, he made his debut and became the youngest player in English top-flight history, aged just 16 years and 185 days. Furthermore, at 18 years and 183 days, he became England's youngest ever international. Many believed he was destined to lift the World Cup in 1966. Truly a genuine legend of the game, taken way too soon. He left us wondering about the even greater heights he might have achieved. Alvaro Recoba, a South American talent with boundless potential that he never fully realised in Europe. The Uruguayan attacker moved to Inter Milan in 1997, and despite being a set-piece specialist and gifted passer, his European career didn't meet the lofty expectations.